Rising centers of energy, and they receive, assimilate, and then send energies. There are many chakras and 7 major chakras. Out of the many, there are 7 major chakras. And how do we understand our chakras? How do we understand our chakras? By patterns. We analyze the patterns. Okay? We analyze the patterns, and by analyzing the patterns, we understand the state of our chakra, the health of our chakra. Patterns means which repeats again and again. Right? And in the pattern analysis, normally we check into the body shape, our behavior, and also our environment. Our environment includes our family, our friends, our workplace, and our surroundings. And our behaviors are our thoughts, our feelings, and how we cope. What is our strategy, or how is our coping strategy? And the body shape, if you have a particular body shape, if you are obese, if you are very thin, and if you are having some chronic illness. So based on that analysis, these are the 3 kinds of pattern analysis we do to understand the health of the chakra. And we discussed there is a current going vertical and horizontal. Current of manifestation, current of liberation, current of reception, and current of expression. And what really blocks a chakra? Why does a chakra go out of balance in the first place?
Deficiency.
If it goes out of the balance, then either it goes into deficient or into excess. But why does it go into out of balance? Negative life experiences. Life is messy. So we have a lot of negative life experiences, and that negative life experiences is the reason why we go through the blocks of these chakras. Okay. And it can be your social programming, your cultural conditioning, your childhood traumas, your limited belief system, your physical injuries, your emotional wounds, oppressive environments, and lack of attention. So all these are considered as negative life experiences. So because of this, the chakra goes into out of the balance. And every chakra has a demon. A demon, what does a demon represent? Who is anti, who is working against. So every chakra has an energy, a demon energy. And we have discussed yesterday, for the first chakra, what is the demon energy?
Fear.
Fear. Good. For the second chakra? Guilt. And once we understand this, the next our work begins, how to transform it. So that's what we have discussed. Good. So how do you cope? This is where the excessive or deficient pattern comes. What is your coping strategy? If a challenge is thrown at you, if the life gives challenges to you, how do you cope with those challenges? Do you operate in a balanced state, or you go excessive or deficient? Excessive is also a problem, deficient is also a problem. You need a healthy coping strategy. Yes? And excessive is you are fighting it, You are putting in a lot of emphasis to face it. You are fighting. And deficient is you escape the challenges. You run away from the challenges. Then it becomes the deficient. If you are putting in too much of energy, then in that particular chakra there is a lot of energy accumulation. So when there is a lot of energy accumulation, it becomes dense. And when it becomes dense, the energy cannot flow upwards or downwards. In a traffic jam, there are too many cars in one place. So the cars cannot go forward or backwards because it's a traffic jam. So that's an excessive. Deficient means it's almost no energy, very, very less energy. If there is less energy, the energy cannot flow. Right? And this is what we discussed, chakra imbalances. It can be either excessive or deficient, or sometimes it can be both. It can be excessive and deficient both at a time. Because at one given point of time, you behave in an excessive way, and another given point, you behave in a deficient way. So you have both also. Okay, you have to understand very closely what is your patterns. And the first chakra is the root chakra. The root chakra is the location is in the base of the spine, the tip base of the spine. That is the location. And this root chakra is all about survival. How comfortable you feel within your body on the planet Earth. So this chakra is all about physical survival. And fear is the negative energy which affects this chakra. And when you transform this fear into trust, this chakra is getting more and more into balance. So how do you transform fear into trust? Very good. Face the fears, and let us discuss what causes the fear in the first place. Some of the causes, right? So number one, this is the root chakra. So from the mother's womb, this chakra starts getting into imbalances. If the mother is feeling fearful, the child also gets affected with that. If the pregnancy is an unwanted pregnancy, the child will pick it up. So this chakra affects from the mother's womb, and this is a very important chakra. We need to look very deeply. And neglect and abandonment, any action which makes you feel insecure, unwanted, unloved, these are the factors which impacts this chakra very much. And because food is a very important part for the survival of the physical body on the planet Earth. So what kind of food habits you had as a child? Rather than saying food habits, how do you equate food with? When you are born, were you given adequate food by your parents? What was your situation? What was your family condition? Were you forced to eat? Some poor families, they don't have food to eat. But the rich families, they force the kids to eat. Either way, it affects the chakra. You should not force a child to eat. The mothers, especially in the Asian countries, the mothers have excessive amount of love. They think they are doing a great favor. They keep on feeding my baby. They keep on feeding the food, and that damages the first chakra. So this is very important. You should not manipulate, you should not force the children to eat, because children are very sensitive. When they are hungry, they know they are hungry. They cry for it or they ask for it. When they are full, they are very sensitive. They say, it's okay, I'm full. So we should always listen to the children. That's why we have a saying, children are equal to God. Because they are very sensitive, they are very alive. So we should learn a lot from children. But the parents think they have something to teach to the children. In the name of teaching to the children, they are destroying the children. So we should always let the child be as it is natural, and we have to learn from the children. So this is very important. And also the most important point we discussed is the food of pain and suffering. This chakra is all about fear energies. The first thing is you should stop giving fear. So that means you should completely avoid the food of pain and suffering. That means all the food which has blood in it, which has pain in it, suffering in it. Essentially it means you are a pure vegetarian. When you are eating vegetarian food, you are eating the food of love. You see, the plants produce food, but does the plant eat it? You have a mango tree, the mango tree produces mango, but does the tree eat the mango? Who eats the mangoes? The birds, animals, and humans. So the tree produces the mangoes for others to eat. And it has been scientifically proved. Like there was a mango tree, for example, and there's a lot of mangoes and nobody is plucking the mangoes. So the tree is very sad. They have checked it with instruments, impulses. The tree is very sad. On the other hand, there's another tree where they plucked a lot of mangoes and everybody ate it happily. So the tree is so happy. Because the tree produces the food with so much love for others to eat. It is the food of love. It is like this. If the mother produces the milk, but if the baby doesn't drink the milk, the mother feels sad. Yes or no? The mother feels sad. So the mother produces the milk with a lot of love and affection for the baby to feed. Similarly, all the plant kingdom, they produce the food. You take any plant kingdom, trees, plants, vegetables, fruits, grains, anything, they produce the food. They use the chlorophyll, they absorb the sunlight, they use the cosmic energy, they go through photosynthesis, and they produce the food for others to eat. That is food of love. When you eat the food of love, you are nourished with cosmic energy. When you eat the food of pain and suffering, you are consuming the pain and suffering. So your life will be full of pain and suffering. So this is a very, very important point. That's why this is in the root chakra. This is the fundamental. This is the basics. This is Mooladhara. Okay. And some of the traumas we have gone through yesterday, physical abuse. If a child is going through a physical abuse, it damages the root chakra because the child doesn't feel secure anymore in the physical body. And accidents, surgeries, and illness, this also affects the root chakra. And some of the parents, they have insecurities, fears. The parents, they are wealthy, they are rich people. They have a big house, they have a car, they have everything. But sometimes they discuss their insecurities in presence of the children. They discuss about the economy collapsing, they discuss about what if the job goes off. So they discuss the insecurities and the child picks up that. So that also affects the root chakra. So job losses, finances, economy, purchases, etc. I have seen some families, the first thing they discuss in the morning breakfast is how is the economy? This government is bad. This economy is going to collapse. That's the first thing they discuss on the breakfast table. Can you imagine what the child root chakra state will be? Totally damaged. Brexit, yes. Insecurity. The Brexit is a typical case of root chakra problem. So once if you have a deficient energy, if this root chakra goes into deficient means you are escaping the problems, you are not facing your challenges. So you will have very poor grooming habits and hygiene, and you are most probably underweight, and you have a lot of fear, restlessness, anxious. Have you seen somebody when they speak with such calmness? They are calm when they're speaking. Some people, when they are speaking, you can notice their voice and tone has anxiety. So that's a deficient. And tendency to escape life, and they live in daydreams. Have you seen these kind of people? You would have seen probably in your life, where they are in an illusionary world. They are far away from the reality. They speak great things. One day I'll be a great businessman. So what are you doing today? No, I'm planning for it. So today they are not doing any job. They are lazy. But they think, why should I work hard? One day I'll be a rich man. One day I'll be a great businessman. So they are far away from the reality. So they are into their illusions. So in the deficient, they go quickly into these illusions. And this root chakra is very, very important because this root chakra, chakra 1, is connected to chakra 6. Chakra 6 is third eye. So for the people who are deficient in the root chakra, they will have excessive in the 6th chakra. So you will see a lot of so-called light workers or spiritual people doing a lot of things. Like, they travel around the world and they say, we are opening the earth grids. We are saving the Mother Earth. We are great healers. We heal the people. We do the magics. So it affects. So they speak a lot of things and do a lot of things. The reason is because their root chakra is deficient. They are not totally grounded. They're always airy-fairy. Even their dressing, even the way they appear, they feel something special. They feel they are special people. They have come to earth to do great things. They don't look like normal people. They always behave as if they are special. That's because of the root chakra deficiency. We'll discuss more about it in the 6th chakra. And they are always disorganized. They are not at all organized, disorganized. You go to their houses, you can immediately say, if you enter any of your friend's house or neighbor's house, you can see. Everywhere there will be messy. It's nothing organized. So that's the root chakra issue. And always there will be in financial difficulty. Because even though they have money, they go up into situations where they always have financial difficulties. So they don't know how to organize their money and how to organize their expenditure. So this is a deficient. And coming back to excessive, it's totally the opposite. That means excessive means they give too much emphasis on this So they are always goal oriented, money. Only money drives them. Whatever gives them security, that is what they want in life. And they like routines, they're always like military officers. 6 o'clock you get up in the morning, 7 o'clock breakfast, and they go with a very strong discipline. They're not flexible. They don't go with the flow of life. They are very disciplined. That is also a problem. They think being disciplined is a great thing. No. Life is flowing. You should go with the life. You should be dynamic. But they are very rigid, and they always like routine. For example, I'll give you an example. You have your friend saying, okay, let us go to a weekend outing. Okay, we leave at 5 a.m. so that we can spend more time, we can watch the sunrise. This person says, oh, no, I normally get up at 6. That's it. I'm not going to change. So they will stick on to that. So they're very rigid. And they resist changes in life. They always want the life to be in a particular way. They resist the change. Even if they don't like the job, just because the job gives them money, they will stick on to that job. So this is the excessive. And they are very greedy normally. They go into accumulation of wealth. They want to buy one house, another 2 house, another 3 house. They will buy 1 car and 2 car. So they like accumulating property, wealth, hoarding, and greedy, material obsession. They are obsessed with material world. And these people, they are normally obese and they are overeating. And they are always driven towards financial achievements. I told you, rigid boundaries. And they are normally sluggish, lazy. And these people, they look very tired. They are not alive. All the time they are like tired, burdened. So these are some of the excessive characteristics. And the balanced characteristics are, you have a basic independence. You are not dependent on anything. You have a basic independence within you. And you feel self-sufficiency. You feel, okay, I have this much, I'm enough. Okay, I have sufficient amount of money. They feel self-sufficient. They always feel self-sufficient. But the excessive, they don't feel sufficient. They want more and more and more. Okay. And the sense of inner security and trust. This is the most important point. Sense of inner security and trust in life. The security comes from inside, not from outside. If you have, for example, $1 million, do you think you feel secure? You have $1 million in your bank account. It doesn't make you feel secure, because anytime the money will collapse, anytime the banking will collapse, anytime the shares will collapse. Okay? Or if you are in India, they overnight, they rule out, all the 500s and thousands are gone. So whatever the money you are having is nothing but a piece of waste paper. On the other hand, you are subjected to law if you have that. So you have to dispose it. So whatever you are holding it as a precious thing becomes a piece of paper, just overnight, in a flick of a second. So your sense of insecurity comes from your inner. So when does the security come? When you can transform the fear energy into trust, the security comes from inside. And these people, normally they have a good caring practices. They care about themselves. These are all the balanced characteristics. They have a good hygiene, they take care of their body. Okay, they have a nice shower, and they go for good massage, they eat good food. They take care of their body. They know how to take care of themselves very well. And they feel safe. They always feel safe. And they are in the present moment, and they always feel grounded. They are more realistic thinking people. They are more practical thinking people. They are not airy-fairy. So this is the balanced characteristics. And let us move on to the second chakra. Okay, we'll just discuss the physical disorders. If you have a first chakra imbalance, probably disorders in the bowel movement, constipation, and what you call colon cancers. All these things are piles. Yeah, piles, and your bones and teeth. Always you have problem, and your legs, feet, knees, base of your spine, buttocks, all the things which is like a foundation for you that will get affected. And you have eating disorders, and you will have frequently feel ill. Have you seen some people, they feel ill frequently they keep on feeling sickness again and again. They go through the sickness. So that's again a root chakra issue. Now coming to the second chakra is called Swadhisthana, and it's a lower abdomen. It's like 2 fingers below your navel, 2 fingers below your navel. That is where this chakra is located. And this chakra is the first chakra is all about physical survival, and this one is emotional. And all your emotional and pleasures and your sexuality is in this chakra. And the energy which affects this chakra is guilt. We have discussed extensively yesterday about this guilt energy. And the most important point to remember is guilt is like a poison to your soul. And at any point of time, if you catch hold of yourself feeling guilty, you should immediately come out of the guilt. How do you come out of the guilt? Once you come out of the guilt completely, you transform into innocence. But how do you come out of the guilt? What?
Non-judgment.
Forgive.
Forgive yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Forgive yourself.
Not being judgmental.
Not being judgmental.
Kind to self.
Witness.
Witness.
You have to witness, because if there is a very strong guilt emotion going through, you have to the first step is you have to detach yourself from the emotion. If you cannot detach yourself from the emotion, you cannot work on the emotion. Okay, so you have to be in a witness mode.